Okay. Now, in order to see the trachea all the way down, we would have to cut away some of these vessels, and I'd rather not do it. The primary bronchus would be way back here under the heart, so the only way I'm going to show you the primary bronchus on the test is if I remove the heart, and then you'll see the trachea coming down and you'll see it branch.
Will it be pinned?
It would be, if I decide to do it, I could pin it, but you should be able to recognize it because you'll see a single tube coming down and then you'll see it branch to the right and branch to the left.
Okay.
Okay? Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's right there. Okay, now let's concentrate on the oh, let's do the lungs too while we're at it. So you notice 3 lobes on the right, 3 lobes on the left. Let's do the right side. Do you know the name of this?
It's like the cardio...
Cranial.
Oh, cranial.
That's a right cranial lobe because it's close to the head. Cranium is the case that holds the brain. This one, the middle lobe, right middle.
And I forget what the bottom one's called.
This is the caudal lobe, the right caudal. Caudal means tail, so this is the lobe closest to the tail.
Isn't there like a part on the liver that's called?
Caudate on the liver, right? So you've got 3 lobes here, 3 lobes here, and then there's 1 lobe posterior to the heart, right here. That's the accessory lobe.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Well, now you can't say that anymore. You good there?
Yep.
Okay.
What's that called again?
I'm sorry, that's the accessory lobe.
Okay.
All right, now the heart. If I want to pin the right atrium, I'm going to pin it here. If I want to pin the left atrium, I'm going to pin it here. See those little flaps? That's the upper part of the atria. And there's more inside, but you can't really see the chambers from the outside. If I want to pin the ventricles, I'll pin the right ventricle over here, the left ventricle over here.
How do you tell the difference?
You can't from the outside.
Oh, you just know.
You just know that it's, I'm just pointing to the extreme right and the extreme left.
Okay.
I cannot see the left descending coronary artery on yours. It arises from between the atria and it runs kind of along the septum, which divides the right and left sides of the right and left ventricles from each other. If I can't find a nice looking vessel running down the middle of the heart, I won't pin it. But if you see a pin in a vessel on the wall of the heart, that's the coronary artery. And there's only one on your list. Okay? All right. Let's go up above the heart. Dumping into the right side of the heart are the major veins. The anterior vena cava is bringing blood back from the head and the front legs. The posterior vena cava is bringing blood from the lower, the back posterior half of the body, from the back legs. Both vena cavae dump into the right atrium. Okay, so veins you're going to recognize because they're dark and very flimsy. Arteries are going to be white. So have we looked at this already? Maybe not. So here is the pulmonary trunk, or the pulmonary artery. It's coming from the right ventricle. It crosses in front of the aorta. It's in between the atria, right in the front. So if I put a pin right there, I'm looking for pulmonary trunk or pulmonary artery. Behind it, you can see the aorta coming from the opposite side, so they actually cross like this. And the piece behind, that's the ascending aorta. And then you can't really see it, but it curves right here. There's the trunk, or the arch, aortic arch. Notice the arch moves when I pull on this. So this branch comes off of the arch. This is the brachiocephalic artery. From the arch all the way up to these branches. And you got beautiful branches on your cat. You can see all 3 of them. This branch is the left carotid artery. It runs all the way up into the neck. We can see it right here. So this should pull. This should pull on the carotid artery when I pull on it. See that?
Mm-hmm.
That's the left carotid artery. The middle branch is the right carotid artery. It should also go up into the neck, to the cat's right side. And the third branch is the right subclavian. That supplies the right leg. All three of those come off of the brachiocephalic, which is the first branch off of the aorta. The second branch off of the aorta is the left subclavian artery, and it supplies the left leg. The jugular vein is on your list, and it's really hard to find. Sometimes we just get lucky. It might actually be linked with the carotid artery up here. I can't even tell for sure. There. See that dark vessel? That's the jugular vein, right on the back side of the carotid artery.
Are they attached?
Yeah, they are here. If I want to pin that, it's got to be a much better vein than this. That's pretty wimpy. I want to be able to see the difference between them. But they were attached to each other. Behind the trachea, the esophagus. And if I want to pin the esophagus, I'll do it up here, not down lower, because it's easiest to see here. Normally it sits either behind the trachea or slightly to the left of the trachea. I think that's everything. The only thing that we don't see here is the thymus gland, which I already filmed. And you see the pericardium here.